There have been a number of auto influencers in the automotive niche who have been bringing stories on the empty lots and silent phones, dealership employees giving up and mass quitting because car sales are plummeting. You're watching a crash unfolding right before our very eyes. Sales are down across the board. Staff can't hit targets. They quit. You need to know why this is happening and what this means for you in the automotive trends. Now, if you want clear takes on the automotive market, hit subscribe and ring that bell. US light vehicle sales fell sharply in May. Dealers reported the steepest drop in 5 years. Shoppers rushed to buy before the tariffs kicked in, and now demand has collapsed. You're now seeing the fallout every time you drive past a quiet lot. Take a look at this.
I just quit my job at Mercedes-Benz. I promise I'm not about to sell you a course. I'm not about to do no coaching, nothing like that. But I'm going to tell you why. There's a certain dollar amount that I need to be at comfortable in this life that I live. And I don't live a high, boisterous life. I'm just a simple man. Just a young man trying to raise a family. I'm uncomfortable as fuck. I've not been seeing the results that I'm used to seeing, that I have been seeing in the past. There has been a shift. There's been a change. There's an effect in my paycheck. There's got to be a move that has to be made. You got to know when to pivot, okay? That's what we're doing. I'm going to let y'all guess where I'm going. Y'all let me know in the comments what dealership you think I'm going to be at next. If you want more content, you just follow Sean Sells Cars.
Most dealership pay plans on lean commissions. When sales slides, so does the income. And employees struggle to pay rent and bills. Then they walk out. And you'd do the same if you had to choose between a stable job and a commission check that never actually comes. Experts forecast that in the United States and Canada, sales will drop by 1.8 million vehicles this year if tariffs actually worsen. That's 1.8 million fewer chances for a sale and 1.8 million fewer paychecks for your typical sales rep. Automakers have offloaded stock onto dealers to hit production targets, and that created a huge lots full of slow-moving cars. Dealers can't turn them fast enough, so cash flow is drying up. Some dealerships will face closures. Employees see the writing on the wall.
Car dealerships will cease to exist if they do not fix this one issue. And the worst part about this issue is that car dealerships aren't the reason why people hate buying cars. Asta creates deals put a thought in my head that I can't get out. The dealerships are like a frat house. And it's true, they are like a frat house. And that's a problem. Because there's never been a successful business that has been run like a frat house. That does not exist. And this is a huge problem for the customer experience because they feel this day in and day out because they have a business and a culture that is more focused on the business itself and the car salespeople and less on the customer experience. I want you to watch this clip from one of the most revered creators on this app. I want you to genuinely ask yourself, is this somebody who cares about my customer experience or do they care about their bottom dollar? Watch the reaction.
Been in this business during COVID. Those were iconic years in this industry. I will miss them very much. They drop another pandemic here soon because personally, I would love it.
Tommy, it doesn't matter about your belief in COVID. If you believe that it was overblown and the common flu, or if you believed it was a deadly disease and all the actions were justified. When it comes down to it, I think we can all agree life was worse during the pandemic. When it came down to it, having to wear, you would have wished this upon the entire country because showing the biggest part of this culture issue. My brother taught me a valuable lesson that if you watch this far, I'm going to teach you. Making money is easy. And when I opened my business, I loved this. I was like, I'm going to make $1 million and it's going to be super easy. And then 8 months later, as I was eating through all my savings and I was making no money, I was very frustrated with my brother because guess what? It was not easy to make money. And it wasn't until I finally had the mindset shift. Instead of focusing on as a business.
To actually say you wish for another pandemic is wild. And this is why I told you in the past that the two biggest thing hurting dealerships right now is greed and nepotism. Why would you wish something like that? All because you were reaping in thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars while gouging customers during the pandemic because people couldn't get vehicles. And then you jacked up the prices of used cars so much, people didn't really have a choice. And now we have a viral video going around showing sales staff in multiple states handing in keys and badges right there on YouTube. They say it isn't working or it's not worth the stress anymore. They want stable hours and predictable wage. Sales floor turned into exit lines. And this is basically what is happening. But instead, he would wish for us to have another pandemic, to wearing masks, not being able to go about our business freely so that he can sell cars. Unbelievable.
I was focusing all of my energy on how do I fix a problem. There's a problem in the car industry. Is that I can fix that problem? Guess what? Making money is easy. As a business owner with multiple employees, I am proud to say one of the conversations we never have here, because we understand that is not how you make money. What we talk about is how do we solve more problems? And the result is making money. Stop focusing on making money. You make more money. It's this crazy concept. Focus more on the
That's basically true. But nearly half of the managers in the United States firm expect layoff this year, and dealership principals scramble to cut costs. They freeze hiring, they trim hours, they delay pay bumps, and that chase for savings only makes your work harder and morale more worse. And the only two ways to actually save money, they have to either one, cut expense, or two, increase profits. And in the dealership environment, the only way to actually make money is one, you cut expense, or two, you increase sales. Sales isn't increasing right now, so they are going to cut expense. And the number one expense they always cut is people.
I just put my 2 weeks notice in. I've been a Ford transmission tech for 12 years now. I've been a senior master tech since 2018. This industry has changed a lot in the last 10 years. If you're a dealership mechanic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I will always have the utmost respect for my fellow mechanics in this industry, and very thankful that my dealership is letting me work the last 2 weeks so I can get everything in order, what I'm getting ready to do. But I'm ready for a change. I am going all in on my real estate business and my side hustles. Real estate has opened up so many doors, and I'm ready to take it to the next level. So people are asking me, are you scared? Are you nervous? And the truth is, I am absolutely terrified. A good friend told me, he's like, you're not terrified, then you're probably not right. To all of my friends, family, people who have supported me, people following me on here, I love you guys, and we'll see where the journey takes me. Peace out.
And we have to also remember about electric vehicles. That impact is going to add complexity. Charging infrastructure has fallen short. Some buyers, dealers struggle to train staff and move inventory. When EVs sit on lots for months, nobody earns. Employees look elsewhere for work. Now, if you're shopping for a car, it's time to leverage the glut. Negotiate hard. You can save thousands of dollars if you work in the industry. Upskill now. Learn digital sales tool. Stay nimble. Otherwise, you risk being part of the quit wave yourself.
8 years. I worked at a car dealer. 8 years. Stealership. You're a scam artist. You're just a used car sales. We're bringing it to you guys for an age change. You guys just try to whip people. I just asked that same last 8 years. Is it all the negativity? Like, it does get to you. It does. Yeah, it's worth it. The car dealerships and the car business are giving me so much capacity. It's me and the divers like, and I see it over and over again. Yeah, there's a negative stigma out there, but I think there's so many of us, as long as I'm just to like start posting this back. You want to change the stigma of car dealerships. That's why I got into this business. None of this business is a person. Never fun to do a person. Entire life. I don't even know anything about cars. And truth to this day, I'm not really a car guy. Wanted to change this industry. Wanted to change the stigma. And you know, I may not change, but that happen. Change it weekend. It's change. So yeah, I think it's worth it. The last 8 years, amazing. I know there's bad dinner groups out there, like a bad situation, but so thankful for the opportunities that we and kind of let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is it car dealership? Person another 8 years in the car business.
I can tell you it's actually worth it for me because I'm very grateful. The car dealership I worked for afforded me the opportunity to complete a degree in management studies. The car dealerships I worked for gave me the opportunity to go back to school, and I got a degree in business administration, majoring in operations management. The car dealership gave me the opportunity to travel the world to meet some wonderful and extraordinary people. The car dealership gave me the opportunity to become business-minded and rounded and to do so much things that I can offer to the world right now. So yes, I am grateful, but you will only get that opportunity when you excel to a certain level within the dealership environment itself. If you stay at the bottom, you may not get those opportunities. So you always have to try to strive to become part of management. And if you work outside of North America, especially if you work at a dealership where you're the sole distributor or dealership for a huge geographical area, particularly a country, an island, then the opportunities are enormous as to where the dealership experience can actually take you and will ship you. So yes, it has been a good run, and I will never talk bad about the dealership on purpose, but it do have its ups and downs, but mostly positive than negative. So I can say that. But a lot of the dealerships, they're going to have to renegotiate rent, their overheads, share space, trim staff smartly. You don't want to lose the best and the brightest. Focus on the front line, use virtual showrooms and home test drives. They have to upskill their teams. They have to train staff on EVs and digital beats. They have to boost service revenues. Maintenance actually brings steady cash. Sales will wobble until trade tensions ease and incentives return. Dealers who adapt may survive. Workers who diversify skills will thrive. The rest will watch lots go empty.
Losing their sales staff left and right, going to different. Car turnover is crazy right now. They're losing their sales staff left and right, going to different dealerships thinking the grass is greener, or they're just completely getting out of the industry. And it's not a new thing, turnover, but especially right now. Why? Look at these prices. $80,000 for a regular pickup truck. $60,000, you're not even going to get any leather. It's insane. We buy with high prices, though. You have high interest rates that are finally coming down a little, but still, the new car average interest rate is over 6%. Used, over 12%. That's still high to me. 6% on a new car, pretty crazy, and that's going to obviously slow down sales. Combined with all this stuff, not every dealership is made equal. Think about it. Some are still doing markups and addendum stickers and charging $200 for nitrogen, like you to be kidding me. And you got to think that's going to slow down your sales. Think about it. It's common sense, but yet they still charge those markups and stuff. So obviously, if you're a salesperson at a dealership like that, then yeah, you're going to struggle probably more than the others. And that's more like a gross dealership. They have other dealerships that are volume based that try to sell as much volume that normally don't have it. Car dealership turnover is crazy right now.
This shift affects every corner of the industry. If you found this helpful, and subscribe for more no fluff auto insights. Drop a comment. What would you do if sales vanished at your dealership? Until next time, and I will catch you in the next episode.